Hello, and welcome to the second episode of the Weekly Scan.
The Weekly Scan.
I'm your host, Michael Silva.
No, yes, I mean.
The Weekly Scan is all about finding the opportunities in the stock market for the week ahead. And as a quick disclosure, these videos are for entertainment and educational purposes only. If you do not have experience in the stock market, please don't go throwing your money into it because it could be a very, very dangerous place. All right, with that said, let's go ahead and hop in today's show. Just to give you guys a heads up, I am going to be doing today's show a little bit differently and moving forward as well. Very interesting here. I recorded the entire episode and realized that my microphone was turned off, so that sucks. Now, in order for me to save some time, what I'm going to do is instead of typing out all my entry points, my stop losses, I'm just going to give you to them out loud and kind of give you my thought process while I look at these charts. So let's go ahead and hop in now. The first ticker symbol is ticker symbol WFC. And what I see here, this blue line, it's been rejected a lot. If you move back into the chart, it's been rejected a lot by these candles. Came up, got rejected, also got rejected, and then finally broke to the upside. Now, what we're currently seeing is a lot of panic. We're seeing that the prices got rejected a bunch out here and then finally came back down to this range. This range just so happens to be where the 200 moving period average is. And what's also really nice about this chart is that the RSI indicator is showing that it is oversold, which means that there's already a lot of sellers, so we might be seeing now an influx of buyers. This hammer candle recently just formed right around the 200-day moving average. I would say, hey, this looks like a pretty good opportunity to start putting in shares and utilizing as a good swing trade. So that's my first stock pick of the week. Ticker symbol WFC, that's Wells Fargo. Let's move on to the next one. All right, the next ticker symbol is TSN. This is for Tyson Foods. Now, what you see here is a technical pattern. It is known as an ascending triangle and also a double top. You can look at it because it bounced up here twice. So quickly, what I see is it came up here, got rejected, came down here, and it started getting higher highs. If you look at these data points, here's a higher low. So it's a new higher low here, higher low there. It's starting to build upwards momentum, which is a very, very good thing. And it's happening to do so right around the 50-day moving average, which also acts as support. The only kind of thing that stands out to me is that the MACD, it is somewhat a negative divergence, which means that the price is going up, but then the MACD is moving down. You see that? So the price is going up, the MACD is going down. That right there could potentially mean that it could break to the downside. However, where the price is right now in this ascending triangle, it actually presents itself a good opportunity to buy shares. So personally, me, I would buy right around this 50-day moving average. I would have my stop loss below the channel because if it breaks the channel or if it breaks that trend line, then we could see it move all the way down, to the next level of support. So you buy in here, stop loss around this point, just right outside the channel. And then what you would like to see is this double top to be broken, to go past this and then see it break to the upside. So that's ticker symbol TSN. I'm going to put that on the watch list. That's Tyson Foods. All right, guys, the next ticker symbol is ticker symbol STE. Also another ascending triangle where we're getting new higher lows and we're getting kind of rejected right around this blue line point at 155. However, what's different here is the MACD is not quite a negative divergence. It's starting to cross over, which also can resemble something that's potentially bullish. So I am seeing how I would potentially play this setup. And as you can play it backwards a little bit. You see this kind of ascending area and then it broke out to the upside. So it has a history of maybe potentially repeating itself. How I would play this though is I'm seeing that there's a lot of areas of, a lot of data points in this area right here. The price came up, got rejected, broke it above and acted as support, but then broken below it, rejected, came down, still a higher low, rejected, higher low, kind of somewhat got rejected. Now it just acted as support on this previously hammer candle. So are we about to witness a break to the upside? We very may well be. So we can play this as a speculation buy-in potentially just right around this area, and weekend one, or we can wait for it to come back down if it does. Now, or we can say, hey, we want to wait till we buy at the bottom of this channel, but that means it would have to break all these support areas, which could be very, bullish or bearish. Or you can just wait for a breakout and potentially buy it then. There's many ways to play this. Me personally, I would say, yeah, if it pulls down just a little bit more, I'd buy in. And then if it breaks this, I just want to close out my position. So I'd probably buy in right around here, stop loss there, and that would be my speculation. And as new candles form, I would just move my stop loss up in hopes that it does break to the upside. I'm speculating that this time around, it's going to break that ascending triangle, and we're going to see big momentum to the upside. So that's how I personally would play it. I like this. STE, you're going on the watch list. All right, the next ticker symbol is TGT. This is targets. What I like here is this area, it acted right as... All right, the next ticker symbol is TGT. This is target. Now, if we look back in the history of the chart, this area tends to be a level of resistance, and then it broke to the upside, came up, and then it's now on its way down. So, yeah, there's a lot of excitement in this break, but now we're seeing a lot of panic move to the downside. Now, previous levels of resistance now act as support. So, what am I thinking here? Well, I'm thinking that the price might just be able to move down further enough to do what's called a gap close. So if the price does, this would be a very good opportunity to pick up shares of this stock, and then you could just have simply a stop loss pretty much right below that, because if it does break that, yeah, it can move farther down to, not too sure where. Another thing that I notice is it was somewhat of an ascending triangle. And ascending triangles, once they're broken, they typically, in most technical patterns, once support is broken, it always typically comes back down to retest that previous level. So what we might be seeing here was an ascending triangle. It broke out to the upside, and now it's about to retest, which just so happens to retest on a gap close, which just gives me all the more hope that this right here is going to be a very good level of support. So I would buy in right here, and I would have a tight stop loss. And yeah, I would definitely add this one to the stop list. There we go, you guys. And that's going to actually wrap up the stocks for the day. I think that was about 4 or 5 stocks that I chose. You guys have a very good week. All right, guys, just a small disclosure as we close up here. This is just for educational purposes only. It's for fun. It's for entertainment. Yes, these are some stocks that I might be personally moving into, but keep in mind, I've been doing this now for quite some time. So if you don't have experience in this, please seek out experience from a professional before entering into any trades. With that said, guys, have a good rest of your weekend. Talk to you all later.